Shit hits the fan. Grid's down. No ambulances, no hospitals, no 911. Your grandma falls and shatters her hip. Bone snaps through the skin. She's on the ground screaming in agony that nothing in your kit can touch. No surgery, no morphine drip, no antibiotics when the wound turns black with infection. In a real long-term SHTF scenario, she isn't going to make it. Period. She'll lie there for days or weeks rotting alive. Fever, delirium, gangrene eating her from the inside out until she finally codes. And when she does, you drop down and start CPR exactly like you were trained. You just wasted the most valuable resource you have left, your own energy and time. Look, before we dive in, let me tell you who I am so you know where I'm coming from. I was a paratrooper flight medic with the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment in Desert Storm. I served as a combat medic in Afghanistan in the Army National Guard. I went from medic to registered nurse to nurse practitioner. That hands-on combat medicine and critical care experience is exactly why I cut through the Hollywood bullshit and give you straight talk on what actually matters when things go bad. I go by Suburban Prepper. Today I'm telling you the hard truth nobody wants to hear. CPR is basically useless when society collapses. And I'm also hitting you with 7 other things that are complete wastes of your prepping budget and brain space. Stick around. This one might save your life. First, let's get the numbers straight. Even today, with perfect ambulances, AEDs, and ICUs, your chance of surviving an out-of-hospital cardiac arrest and walking out of the hospital normal is about 8 to 10%. That's it. Most people who get CPR still die or end up vegetables. Now remove the entire modern medical system. No ambulance in 8 minutes. No defibrillator pads that still work. No ventilator. No cardiologist. No ICU. Nothing. You managed to get a pulse back for a little while? Great. They're still dead in the next few hours from whatever caused it, or from the damage you did while pounding on their chest. Plus, the physical reality. Proper CPR is 100 to 120 brutal compressions per minute, 2 inches deep, no breaks. One person can only keep that up for a few minutes before they're completely gassed. Rotate with your group. You're torching calories and exhausting people you can't afford to lose when food is running out. You're also snapping ribs, puncturing lungs, vomiting everywhere, and spreading infection in a world with 0 antibiotics. Real medics who've been in the shit know the truth. CPR without a functioning hospital behind it is pure theater. It feels like you're doing something, but you're not. You're just delaying the inevitable. Save that energy for things that actually work. Stopping massive bleeding, sealing chest wounds, proper wound care, clean water, and staying warm. Learn basic CPR anyway for short-term emergencies, but don't fool yourself into thinking it's a lifesaver when the world ends. All right, let's run through 7 more things that sound smart, but are mostly worthless when SHTF. Fancy AEDs and defibrillators sound like the ultimate lifesaver, until you realize the pads have a shelf life of 2 to 3 years. The batteries corrode and die. And even if you manage to deliver one shock that restarts a heart, the person is still going to die hours later, because there is no hospital, no cardiologist, no ventilator, and no way to treat whatever caused the arrest in the first place. You just burn through irreplaceable energy and false hope on a $1,500 paperweight that will sit useless in a drawer while your loved one suffers and codes again. Relying on fiat cash, credit cards, or even gold and silver as your number one barter item is pure delusion. When the banks are empty husks and every store has been stripped bare, those pretty bills and shiny coins become worthless toilet paper. Desperate people will be trading at gunpoint for ammunition in the right calibers, liquor, tobacco, salt, real antibiotics, and food that will actually keep them alive another day. Stock the hard goods that men will kill for, not the fairy tale wealth that looks impressive in a safe. Pre-made survival kits and bug-out bags you buy off Amazon are almost always worthless Chinese garbage, designed to look impressive in photos, but fall apart the first time they're actually used. Tiny water filters that only handle bacteria and clog in hours. Multi-tools that snap in half. And 0 real trauma supplies mean you're carrying dead weight that gives you a dangerous illusion of readiness. Build your own kit with proven gear, or watch your family die holding fancy packaging. Super Tacticool do-everything gadgets are Instagram fantasies that turn into dead weight the moment the grid drops. Those ridiculous fantasy knives, grappling hook multi-tools, and $3,000 night vision units that devour batteries like candy will be the first things you drop on the trail, while the simple, tough tools you actually need keep working. A $40 Mora knife, $15 Bic lighters, and a $30 hatchet will outlast and outperform every overpriced gadget combined. Assuming the community or your neighbors will save you when things get bad is a fatal mistake. The second the shelves stay empty for a week, most of those friendly faces will turn on you faster than you can blink, looking at your supplies like the answer to their starving kids. Trust is something you earn right now with a tiny, rock-solid group of people who have already proven themselves. Everyone else is just a future threat waiting for the lights to go out. Prescription medication dependency without serious backups is a slow death sentence for millions when SHTF. When your insulin runs out in 30 days or your heart pills disappear in 60, the body that depended on modern chemistry starts shutting down in ways no amount of herbal tea can fix. Stock every legal month you can get. Learn what natural options actually help, and accept the brutal reality that some conditions become terminal the moment the pharmacies go dark. Electronic everything is the fastest way to go helpless when society collapses. Solar generators look great on YouTube until the panels get stolen, the batteries swell and die, or an EMP discussion stops being theory. Phones go black, GPS fails, fancy radios sit silent. Learn paper maps, a good compass, how to read the stars, and how to keep a 1985 pickup truck running, because low-tech is the only thing that stays alive when everything high-tech turns into expensive bricks. The real winners in SHTF won't be the soft bastards buried under mountains of shiny gear. They'll be the cold-eyed, battle-hardened sons of bitches who drilled real skills and raw, brutal sustainability until it became instinct, ripping food from dead soil, turning poison water into life, clamping arteries when blood is spraying in jets, grinding through endless days of hell until their bodies break, and keeping their minds forged in steel while death and suffering swallow everything around them. Start prepping for the ugly truth. This is survival. This is resilience. This is suburban prepper.